James, Gully and Greg Lynn once placed a wager. This is their story. One swim, one victor, lifetime of glory.
What are you gonna do when Greg rocks up?
Laugh.
Do you think he's as prepared as you?
Probably, yeah. He's probably been training pretty hard, I reckon.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna find that out. We're all worried about what sort of training James has been doing.
Yeah, I'm more worried about what fucking drugs he's on, mate.
Yeah.
I haven't told him yet, but I'm taking urine samples, man. I'm going to be doing a taste test on his urine.
The Malibar Fancy Restaurant Swim Race came about due to James Gully and Greg Lynn placing a wager on their lunch. It was at Tetsier's restaurant, which was $300. Then, one night out in the piss, it increased to $500. So what they've decided to do on the 20th of December 2008, early morning Saturday, where everybody came down and watched James v Greg in a 500 metre swim to the shore.
Yeah, g'day Rob, thanks. Look, as you can see, James is walking into the water now. He is in the red. He will be throwing on his cap and goggles very soon. He's going in for a little bit of a warm-up, just to throw the shoulders over. You can sense a little bit of tension, a little bit of nerves, but that will all go once he gets in the water.
And who the hell is over here in the black Speedos?
And the Gregatron we have over here in the black. Clearly defined black and red today. He's obviously going for the still water option, jumping in the swimming pool, or possibly jumping under the shower just to cool off. No, he's definitely going for the still water option, Rob. Well, g'day Rob. Yeah, look, I'm standing down here next to the pool at Malibar, and there's two clear defined techniques happening here. We've got one in the pool going with the still water option. Now that's very interesting considering we will be conducting the race over here. We've got James in the red, who obviously is warming up in the conditions he's going to be racing in. Probably a smarter move from my perspective, but he's obviously looking pretty comfortable as he comes out of the water there. And Greg's still in there floating around in the baby pool. Here we have, we've got James about to dive in there. Just last few minute adjustments to the cap and goggles. He's feeling pretty comfortable. I spoke to him earlier and he is quietly confident. There are a few things that we've talked about earlier on today, just relating to tactics. And I think he's sitting quite comfortably now with his game plan and what he's actually going to do, Rob.
James goes into the water for a final swim as Greg comes out of the lap pool.
He's looking pretty comfortable, Rob, I've got to say. I was looking at his stroke earlier. His stroke rate looks really good. He's got good form. He's got a good kick feed on him. And I think this is going to be a really nose-to-nose race, Rob.
You want the inside or the outside, man?
Yeah, we better do a chong off for who wants inside leg.
Sure, man.
James wins the chong off.
He's gone for outside.
Goes the outside leg.
Interesting tactic.
Remember people, this is the Malibar Fancy Restaurant Swim Race for $500.
Hi boys!
Get ready. 1 minute till the start. And they're off and racing. Greg goes out fast. What's going on here, Phil?
As you can see, Greg's gone out hard. Now, it's going to be interesting whether or not he can hold that pace for this. It's at least a 500 metre swim. Now, James is using his tactics there. He's jumped on his feet, he's using his wash. He's going to sit there comfortably now, and he's probably going to go with him for the next probably 100, 200 metres. He's sitting easy there. Greg looks like he's going out hard, and you know, James looks like he's just doing half the stroke rate sitting on his feet. As you can see, Rob, James still sitting on the feet very comfortably. Half the stroke rate. Looks like Gregatron doesn't have much of a kick going at the moment. James looks like he's pulling into about a 2 or 3 beat kick at there. And they're sitting very comfortably.
Bill?
Right behind me, you can see it. It's absolutely fantastic, this race. It's going off 100%. Both competitors going hard. They reckon when Perkins won the 1500, the Olympics in '94 was big. But I'll tell you what, this is absolutely insane. It's open water. It's not controlled in a pool environment. And these two competitors are going head to head. By crikey, I'll tell you what, it's exciting. Spoke to James earlier about his tactics. As you can see here on our left, there's a yellow buoy. He's going to be using that as an indicator of when he needs to start kicking. He's probably going to go into an 8-beat kick. Both competitors still sitting very comfortably. It's neck and neck. And I'll tell you what, they're going to come into an obstacle, possible obstacle here. As you can see on the right, we've got a few lines that have been cast. Now this could play havoc with tactics. Rob.
Absolute mayhem out here in the water. As you can see, Greg's stroke is a little bit quicker than James's. That's because he's out at the front. But about the boat ramp is where it's probably going to kick off.
You're absolutely right, Rob. They're both sitting very comfortable there. As you can see, the stroke rate's very controlled. The kick rate's very controlled. And both competitors look like they're sitting very comfortably. But once again, once they hit this yellow buoy,
making a move.
James pulling up on the left-hand side here. I was just about to say that once they got to the buoy, it might get a little interesting and tactics may change.
We're gonna hit the beach.
They've gone neck and neck. I'll tell you what, there's nothing like commentary on the move, Rob. Now this is where it's going to get interesting, Rob. As you can see, James has pulled alongside.
He's made the move. He's making the move.
I've got a feeling it's going to come down purely to the sprint in the legs. Now that'll just depend on all what these men have done, training legs-wise, where they've done the sand hills, a lot of squats. It's going to be very hard to judge until they hit the sand, Rob. He's going for it. James has put the kick on.
Have a look at him. He's put on the pace.
He's put on the bloody pace. And he's put it on body length. He's got half a body length. He's moved into a body length. This man has got it.
James has put the kick on.
He's put a body length into him. He's gone into a 6-beat kick. And I dare say that'll increase to an 8-beat, Rob.
He's what?
He's increased that into about 3 body lengths going into 4. He's absolutely taken him to the cleaners, Rob. Rob, as you can see, James has put a massive kick on. And as we run down to the water's edge, he's got at least 6 body lengths here. I think this man, as long as no sort of rogue seagulls come and get him and scuba divers pull him to the bottom of the ocean, I'd say this race belongs purely to James. He's sitting comfortably now. Greg's shoulders are looking like he's still got a good stroke, but I think James's kick just proves it all.
Well, who would have thought the Gregatron looked like he was going very well at the start there.
I think it may have something
James
to do.
is out of the water.
He's out of the water. Now let's get him on the run up the beach. Let's get him on the run up the beach. James, it's all yours, mate. You've done exceptionally well. You kicked at the yellow can. We thought it was a little too early. How the legs feeling, mate?
Feeling good.
Yep.
Real fucking good.
Good stuff. Now, you're not too far away, mate. I'm going to let you take this. Go for gold, mate.
James gets the Australian flag. What a victory. Coming out of the water now. Not taking any props away is Greg Lynn, all the way from Malibar home beach. How you feeling, mate? How'd you go? Speechless, absolutely speechless. Here comes Greg now, kicking it in.
As you can see, Greg's coming up now. The legs are looking strong. He's still looking strong. The head's still held high. Let's see him bring it in here.
Well done, Greggy.
Well done, Greg. Well done, mate. How the legs feeling?
Oh, very nice.
Both of them absolutely fucked.
Fuck was off course. Right, man.
That's it. Well done to both these team members of the Australian Swimming Society. Well done.
It's a lovely sight.
Jane Lynn, wife of Greg Lynn, not happy. Wants a piss test of James Gooley.
Yeah, have a drink of his piss, mate.
Have a look at him, more muscles than a seafood platter.